Good afternoon. It's almost afternoon, so I'm going to say good afternoon. I am making a tuna fish salad, but this one's different. I've chopped in here a third of a green bell pepper, a rib of celery, and half of a red onion this time. So I'm going to be chopping some fresh parsley into it. I don't always make them the same. This is the problem with me. I try to use what I have, and sometimes I get other ideas. And I have 3 eggs on to boil. And that's like 1/4 of a cup semi-chopped parsley. Or maybe 2 tablespoons if you chop it fine. This is a hit and miss. I usually just take what I have laying around the house. Now these are sweet peppers. They say because they're not hot. I'm going to chop them up in it as well. 1 yellow and 1 orange. I have 3 eggs on to boil. I didn't tell you because I always add, that's added protein to the dish. Hoping to get caviar next month so I can show you how to make that new dish with caviar, which I think you'll find interesting. Now we're going to put some pepperoncinis into it and give it the heat. Put a hole in it, it'll keep them from shooting the fluid all over the place. So you can see it's coming out quite colorful while we're doing this. Then we get some olives. I'll put some olives in it. I'm going to be putting in, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12 olives should be enough. I'm going to be using 1 large can of tuna to feed us. Of course, I'll have other stuff with it. And these have pimentos in them, so there's some more color added to the dish. So don't think that you just put the regular stuff in. Be experimental in it, and so you can end up making some nice dishes. And color is a very important thing when you're sitting there preparing a meal. You could sit there and have mashed potatoes and what else? And a corn and a meat. I will say pork, but you see the color, there's no color there. None at all. In a roll or a biscuit, but it's all white or a very pale yellow. You don't have a variety of colors. Colors entice the taste buds on a family or people who come to the table. If it's bland, believe you me, just if it's bland looking, they're not really hungry for it. But you add those colors into the food and dress it up with color, their appetite will get very hungry in a hurry. Their appetite grows. So I'm always trying to do salads, or if I have a green vegetable, I try to match it up. If we're having fish and fish is pale, I make sure that I put a salad with it, and I use all those colors of the salads. Just like what I just did here. When I put the tuna and stuff in here, this is going to be colorful. Even putting the mayonnaise in it and everything else. You can't say this isn't colorful, and it entices them to want to eat. That's why women usually serve desserts after, because the meal could be bland, but then when they see that dessert and it's colorful, they'll want to eat it. But you could make the meal colorful as well, and they'll want that as much as the other. I got to fix this thing. Oh, you're on the, I see it. So that's what you have to do. You have to think in colors, not just flavors, but the color schemes are very important. Let me get my tuna. That's why sometimes you see me mixing, when I don't have a lot of things, I'll pull out my trail mix and throw it into a salad because it's real colorful. If you dried all the fruit and they were all basically the same color, it would not be interesting and people would not want to eat it. That's the trick. If you just have tomatoes and cucumbers and onions, but you have fruit, don't hesitate to sit there and peel a banana, and don't hesitate, and this isn't going to work. Okay, we'll get the other one. A nectarine would go well, you know. When I make cottage cheese and peaches, I make my cottage cheese, but then I'll sit there and absolutely go and add other fruits to it. If you buy the can, you can always add bananas to it. You can add, or if you have fruit, you can chop up your fresh fruit, and it will become very nice over cottage want to make this fruit a little sweeter, all what you have to do is add some sugar to it and toss it and let it sit just a little bit, and then serve it on the cottage cheese. Like if I'm going to serve cheese and French bread that I've made, I make sure that I put a salad with it, or I make sure that I have a fruit salad. That's how I do it, to make sure that the meal is colorful enough to entice them as well. Now, because I can't make bread, and I will not buy crackers, I made those cinnamon raisin English muffins, and this will go nice on them, believe it or not. You wouldn't guess it, but it is. But most people would say, that's sweet, that's what something I think for breakfast. But it'll come out nice. And I'm going to serve some fruit with it because I have a lot of fruit. I bought a lot of fruit. Now see, isn't that colorful? It's coming out. I'm waiting for the eggs. What did I say? Oh, come on, eggs. You can boil better than that. Let me see. I need some mustard. Yes, you can put mustard in a tuna salad. You don't put a lot in, but you get that twang in the back of your throat. Almost a teaspoon. Let me get some salt and pepper. Well, I better leave this out just in case I need more, because I might need more. I'll have to try it. I will be right back. I have to go get some oregano from the garden. Okay, I got the oregano, but now my eggs are ready. Well, I'll get it all done. And we're definitely going to have ginger beer with this as well. Yeah, you can see I'm really bringing in a lot of flavors. Yes, I am. I was thinking about how I'm making ginger beer, and I remembered when I was a little girl, when I had 7-Up, I got pieces of lemon and lime in it. You could taste the lemon and lime in 7-Up. It was a carbonated lemon and lime drink. And I remember when ginger ale tasted like ginger. You could get pieces of ginger, and if you had orange crush, you actually got pieces of orange in it. But today, when you read the bottle, everything is artificial flavors here and there, and all what you're drinking is sugar water. We used to get the real thing. But because most adults outgrow their sodas, they would change from one generation to another till finally all what you're getting, you're not even getting anything real in it anymore unless you do it yourself, which really surprised me. I had heard, though I am not sure about this because I wasn't fond of it, they said Pepsi is made with Coke and prune. How true that is, I have no idea. But that's what I had heard. But I wasn't fond of Pepsi that much growing up. But I was very fond of 7-Up and Orange Crush. But through the years, they changed. Like, I remember Pina Colada when it came out as a drink, to go get a Pina Colada. We had to go to the place where they made it in the village, right off 8th Street. I don't know where they're at now, I really don't. So when we saw Pina Colada in the soda department, we went and bought it thinking that we were going to get pretty much the same thing. And it wasn't. It was artificial this, artificial that. But when we got the real Pina Colada, we had pieces of coconut in it and orange. We actually got the little pieces of it that was actually in it, so we really enjoyed it. But I don't buy sodas for that one reason. I'll make drinks. I'll dehydrate fruit and take teas or things that I find, and I will sit there and make it because I can't find what we used to have, which was natural. Well, that is going to be good. And my girlfriend invited me to lunch yesterday. That's why I was rushing to make the ginger beer, and it was in 2 parts, so I didn't stay home to finish it. And she was reading, she bought chicken nuggets, and I think, what was the other dish? I think it was barbecue chicken, supposedly from the freezer department. And when we got done eating it, we were talking, and she said, Sandy, what'd you think of it? I said, it didn't taste like chicken. It didn't. It didn't have the flavor of chicken. I make my chicken McNuggets. I showed you how to do them naturally. And I said, it just didn't taste that. She said, let's read what's on it. I already knew what was on it, but she had to read it. She read it and she was shocked. She found out it was just made with flour. It had one of the preservatives that I had mentioned, that I had told you about, that's glue. And she found out it really wasn't chicken. She said, that's it, I am not buying this stuff again. She refuses to buy. She says, no, this is not food. I said, she kept on reading, and I had to tell her what everything was. And she said, what? She was a little on the upset side. She put that money out for that. She was not happy. Where put that knife? Oh, here it is. So it was an eye opener for her. It was all right there, and I read it and I said, "Yep, there it is. There's the that I had mentioned that they put in the food. That's S-H-I-T. And she couldn't believe it. It was right there. I said, yeah, it's right there. See? I wasn't lying. If you sit there and read it, what I tell you is right there on the packages. And they'll say, oh, it doesn't hurt. If it doesn't hurt the body, then tell me why people are dying at such a young age. Why, when you're 30 years old, you look like you're 60 or 70 and an old hag? And the men don't have the strength that they had before. Something's going on. Okay, we're gonna mix this up. Put salt and I put pepper. I got that and I got that. I think this is quite colorful, and I think I'm going to put some more mustard in it. Yes, mustard goes nice with mayonnaise in this dish. This is my Dijon mustard that I made. Yay! It's really good. And if they really fix my oven on Monday, I am going to make that other mustard. It sounds too good not to make it. Luckily my sons don't eat the peaches before then. Because peaches have a short growing season. So you can see I made this one different than the last one. Last one, I think. Didn't I make one I put with macaroni? I can't remember. It's such a good mayonnaise. You know, when I get something that's really good, I really like it. I'll just finish this up. And now next time I need mayonnaise, I will make another batch. Besides, I'm going to make those deviled eggs that I told you about. I'm definitely going to need more mayonnaise. This is colorful. Now we'll try it. This you can cook macaroni, mix it together with macaroni. I would increase on the mustard and the mayonnaise, and especially in the seasonings, but you can do that. Or you can make sandwiches out of this, or you can make a buffet out of this. And when I mean buffet, I mean more of a platter. And you can put fruit and stuff with it, or you can put vegetables, raw vegetables with it, or pickled vegetables if you want. That. Now, let us get on to the ginger beer. Let me put this over here. So the ginger beer, we're going to dilute it. Excuse me, I have to climb. Okay, I time, we got a pitcher out. I'll let us put ice in the glass instead of putting it here. Because I might have to add more water to this, so we're going to have to try it. See where it sits. No, that's pretty much it. Except I'm going to make more because I know my sons will go crazy drinking this. So I'll add 1 more cup and 2 cups of water. And that should take it right up, fill the pitcher up for everybody. And that will do it. Right up to the top. Take care. Bye-bye.